Alrighty. Hello, D-Gens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ. Happy September 7th, 2025, week one NFL football right around the corner in a couple of hours here. We're going to be breaking down my favorite plays of the day, some prop bets, and any fantasy Q&A that you've got, any questions you got. Start. Let's go ahead and get into it. Before I go any further, though, just want to take a moment. Shout out to everyone watching here on Rumble, over on YouTube, X, and TikTok. Y'all are the best. If you like what we're cooking, please hit that like button, hit the follow button. Does help us out a lot more than you know. But let's go ahead and get into it today with some breaking news coming from every insider, essentially, that exists in the NFL, and that being that fantasy owners can rejoice. Some fantasy owners can rejoice. Those fantasy owners who went ahead and had, decided to roll the dice again. Go with Christian McCaffrey with their first overall pick, or their first round pick, etc., etc. Well, good news. I know he showed up on the injury report earlier this week, but Christian McCaffrey will be playing today for the San Francisco 49ers against the Seahawks. And I got to be honest, that you got to love that. You got to love that for San Francisco, a Seahawks team that is really kind of in transition right now. They don't really know what they want to be, where they want to go, and which is fine. They got Sam Darnold in there. They're going to see how that works out, and it's just probably not looking the best, which again is fine. But having another option in there for the 49ers in the backfield in Christian McCaffrey, who's probably going to be on somewhat of a pitch count going into this weekend, which I'm not going to be upset about, even with just a little bit of tightness. He's the kind of guy that you really want in the long run of the season and down, towards the last couple of weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a ton of Christian McCaffrey, but I think we will see a lot of Christian McCaffrey. With that being said, fantasy football owners, you drafted him. You know what I mean? Y'all drafted him, so you got to go ahead and put him in, I think. If you are, you decided to roll the dice drafting Christian McCaffrey, you got to go with the ups and downs. I still think he's going to get enough looks to make it worth your while to play him. With that being said, though, I would just be cautious of that pitch count. If you've got someone else on the bench that you can roll with, I would go with that option over Christian McCaffrey this week. But again, with this Seahawks defense, who definitely, I think, took a step back last year and didn't do a lot to improve this offseason, I do kind of like playing Christian McCaffrey, maybe in a flex spot for some extra points, or if you have a double flex league, go ahead and throw him in that second flex spot, and I don't think you're going to be too upset with that. That's where I'm at with that. But yeah, that's really the big breaking news coming out from this, besides the fact, and I got to show this. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm sorry you can't see it, but Kyler, what are we doing, dog? Like, what are we doing, Kyler? You're killing me, bro. This is, as a Cardinals fan, this is not what I wanted to wake up to see. This is, and you know what I mean? Fashion. I'll admit I'm not the most fashionable guy in the world. If I happen to have two things that go together, it's probably because of my wife. Shout out to my incredible wife. But if this is fashion, cool, but not how I want to see my starting quarterback coming in. And PFT commenter, had an accidental 6-year-old day. I mean, that's rough, dude. That's rough. How are we supposed to get any respect in this league if our QB1 is doing that? But anyway, we'll get to the Cardinals more in a moment. We're liking how they're looking this week. But again, please feel free to drop any fantasy sit-start questions in the chat. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to roll through some of my picks today, and we're going to roll through some some prop picks. I do want to put together a touchdown parlay for the day, so we'll see how this gets cooking. Whoops. Let's go through it. New York Giants, Washington Commanders, first one on the slate for today in the morning. Yep. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. Still got a little bit of that sickness, but we're going to get over it. We're going to power through. But Commanders, 6-point favorites here at home, minus 285 on the money line, 45.5 is the total here. And, not surprising, the Commanders with a lot of hype coming in behind them this offseason. And after the season they had last year, Jaden Daniels really stepping up as that QB1 option for them and not giving them another way to go. The whole Terry McLaurin thing was crazy, but I still think this is a very good football team and a football team that deserves all of the hype they're getting. And even though they've been getting a lot of hype, the public hasn't been on them. We got the 6-point spread here. It's opened at 6.5, and some books still have it at 6.5. But you're looking at 62% of the money, 62% of the bet, 64% of the money coming in on the Giants plus the 6. And so the Commanders, the public doesn't think the Commanders will cover. Now, 92% of the bets, 94% of the money on the minus 275, 285 money line for the Commanders. And so what does that mean for the Commanders? Well, it means everyone thinks they're going to win, but they think the Giants have gotten so much better. And I understand where you're coming from. I think that Giants defense, played really well last year. Getting Dexter Lawrence back from injury is going to be big from them, him getting shut down early last year. But I don't think we'll see the true potential of this Giants team until like week 5, week 4, week 6, somewhere in that range. Whenever they decide to put Jackson Dart in it, I think is when we're really going to see the actual potential of this Giants team. With that being said, the offense, Russell Wilson and Malik Nabers, I think are going to have themselves a day, but I do lean with the Commanders here, minus that 6.5. I'm at the 6, currently at my book. And more than anything, due to quarterback play, more than anything due to the way the offense ran last year, the Giants might be looking better, but they need to relearn how to win football games and how to be in those positions and take those opportunities when they need to and capitalize on it. And Brian Daboll as well, a little bit, not on the hot seat, but a little bit on the hot seat coming into this. Okay, you've got Russell Wilson now, you've got Jameis Winston, you've got Jackson Dart. Like, let's see what you can do now, bro. And I think that's really where it's going to be at. Daboll seems over the moon to have Jackson Dart. I think we're going to see him sooner rather than later. With that being said, let's get this touchdown parlay started. I'm kind of feeling I'm between Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuels from the Commanders. I think Malik Nabers at plus 155 is pretty solid. I do like Tyrone Tracy at plus 145 for an anytime. I think the Giants are going to throw everything they can at Jayden Daniels defensively. I think Dexter Lawrence, his play call going into this game is go get Jayden. I think that's the only play call that he's listening to. And so I will be taking Jayden Daniels, going to be scrambling around to start off the touchdown parlay, plus 170. Again, I don't hate a Deebo Samuels or a Terry McLaurin here. I do think the Commanders are going to end up having a day. And it's not going to be because the Giants have a bad defense. It's going to be because the Giants offense can't keep the defense off the field long enough to catch their breath. They're going to get tired. They're going to get gassed. I see this game probably opening up a little bit more in the second half. I think first week 1 matchups and everything, I think we will see a little, it's going to be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little slow. I think it's going to be a little more feeling out here in the first day, in the first week, first game and everything. Not a lot of tape on, any changes they've made. So I see this game going slow, but really opening up for the Commanders in the second half. And it's going to be because not the defense playing bad, but the defense being tired because that offense just sucks, man. And I love Malik Nabers. I think Tyrone Tracy is going to have a great year, but I know I'm kind of a hypocrite here. You want to let your starting, your future, your rookie quarterback sit behind a guy and learn and everything like that. But man. Oh shit, I didn't see the chat. Sorry, guys. Got distracted. I'm hype on the Giants. I'm not going to lie, but it's not all the way there. I got to move my thing. This isn't working. There we go. All right, let's see. Where are we? What are we looking at here in the chat? All right. Ridley, Olave, Golden, or Shakir? From Logan, I would go with, I love Matthew Golden, and I do think the Packers match up really nice against the Lions. Not only that, I love the over in that game. They're good. You know what I mean? They're good. Like, the Lions are good, but that defense, I think, is still going to be a little Swiss cheese. Got better on the defensive line, with Aiden Hutchinson being healthy. That secondary really concerns me, though. So love Matthew Golden there, Logan. Calvin Ridley's a guy that I think is going to have a better season than people are expecting. So love that you have him on the bench. I'll be honest. If you trust Spencer Rattler to throw a football more than 5 yards, then yeah, go with Olave. Have fun with that, bro. I'd probably go with Shakir. I like the Bills this year. I like the Bills a lot. I think that Ravens defense still leaves a little bit to be desired. So that's what I'm looking at there. Ingram or Pitts? Bro, you did not draft Kyle Pitts. Bro. I mean, Evan Ingram, though, meh. I fucking A. I don't know why. People are very hype on the Falcons, and I get it. Like, what's his name? Penix. You know, he went out there and he played some football, and it was encouraging. Like, he didn't suck, and that's nice, but I would stay away from Pitts. That Buccaneers defense is always better than everyone expect. I love the Buccaneers, by the way. It's at a pick 'em right now, minus 105 plus 100 at some sports books on the money line. Love me the Bucs today. Pearsall, Egbuka, or Olave? Ooh. Listen, this might be a little biased, but I love Emeka Egbuka. I love Emeka Egbuka, and I think he's going to go out and have an absolute season playing in that third fiddle spot on the Buccaneers, and especially with Godwin and Evans getting older. I think he's going to get a lot more targets. They're going to attract a lot more attention. He's going to get a lot of points. I'm going to throw him on the touchdown parlay. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to throw... you guys talked me into it, and I appreciate it. What is he sitting at? Emeka Egbuka, plus 215. Yeah, let's roll with that. Absolutely love it. Am I going Cup or Golden today? I'm going Golden. And let me tell you, Cade, I love Golden, as I mentioned before, because I think the Packers match up nicely against a not very kind of Swiss cheese Lions defense. Going to be a high-scoring game. Matthew Golden's going to get those targets. Love the training camp reports. I think Cooper Kupp and the Seahawks have potential. I'll be honest. I'm staying away a lot from Seahawks players, Saints players, just this week at least, so I can see how those teams actually operate and where they're kind of going. Because as of right now, I don't trust Spencer Rattler or Sam Darnold. And, this is a very what have you done for me lately league. And the last memories we have of Sam Darnold is throwing away a really solid playoff opportunity for the Vikings. You know what I mean? And I'm just worried. And the 49ers defense isn't as good as it has been in years past with all of the signings and how they're able to, and, the changes they've needed to make. They've gotten a little weaker on the defensive side. But at the same time, Sam Darnold, like, bro was seeing ghosts just 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden, because he had most of a regular season with two of the best wide receivers in the league and a great running game and, a quarterback whisperer, head coach, and Kevin O'Connell, all of a sudden he's fixed. I need to see that, bro. I need to see that before I put my hard-earned American money on anything like that or play someone in my fantasy team. Also, I really effed up. I'm on like 11 fantasy leagues, and I really didn't think it was going to be that hard to manage them all. Cade, thank you for the follow, brother. It's a lot harder than I thought to manage 11 fantasy teams. So stay tuned to that. We will see how this goes, but I like where I'm sitting at. Moore, Egbuka, Myers, or Ford? Kenny in the chat. What's good, bro? All right, we talked about Emeka. I'm big on Emeka. I wouldn't hate Myers or Ford, I'll be honest. The Bears. Bears. Actually, you know what? I would roll the dice with Moore. Be a man. No, I'm fucking with you. But no, I do like... I'll be honest, I love that matchup for the Bears tomorrow against the Vikings. I love it. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game. I don't think it's going to be a good game. I don't think either team is going to look particularly good. It's going to be a rough Monday night, I'll be honest. But with that being said, I do think hopefully the Bears take a step forward. The article that came out about Caleb Williams last week is a little concerning, but with that coaching staff that was there, I'm not really too shocked to be hearing bad things coming out from last season. And so, I'm kind of in one ear, out the other, but just note it for later type of situation. So that's where I would roll, bro. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate you, boys. I'm pumped, guys. I don't know if y'all are. I'm pumped. It's NFL Sunday. We've been waiting months for this, and it was a nice little teaser. The Thursday, Friday action, a beautiful slate of college football yesterday, and now we're here. I love it, dog. I love it. And you know what? You know why I think I'm also excited? Because the Cardinals haven't disappointed me yet this season. The Arizona Cardinals have not disappointed me yet this season. And this is the first time in a while that I've actually been very excited for a Cardinals season. And I think I love what Jonathan Gannon has done with the team over the last couple of years and the direction he's going, the culture he's built there. I love the moves we've made during the draft, in free agency, the guys we've kept, the guys we've let go. I've understood, and they haven't pissed me off yet on that point. I also am on the side that Kyler, like, this is Kyler's season. I really think it is. And if it's not, we got to get ourselves a new QB, because we haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough development. We haven't seen enough progression out of Kyler to really, get on a run since that first 2 years or whatever it was. But Cardinals and Saints, I mean, it's a smaller spread than I was expecting. Cardinals 6-point favorites in this one, minus 278 on the money line. 44 is the total. But like we were talking earlier, how much do you trust Spencer Rattler to throw a football more than 5 yards and hit a target? How much do you trust Spencer Rattler? I'll be honest, as a guy who's grown up in Arizona, who's heard nothing but how awesome Spencer Rattler is and how great Spencer Rattler is, and then watching him go to college, and all you heard was the potential behind Spencer Rattler, but you never saw any of the results that should have led from the potential, and now he's here in the NFL. The Saints have no starting quarterback because Derek Carr said F this shit, and he got out of town. And now here we are. See Dave in the chat, what's good, bro? Murray or Lawrence with Kyler's illness? I understand that we're worried about Kyler's illness, and it doesn't seem to be that serious. It doesn't seem to be that deep. Like, I heard about it. I've looked for more details on it and haven't really been able to find it. So I think it's more just food poisoning. Guy had to take a couple shits, and he's going to be good to go. I like Kyler this week a lot. I think he's going to run all over that Saints defense, and he's going to be able to throw that ball downfield and really build up and show that chemistry with Marvin Harrison Jr. I like Kyler a lot. I would start Kyler. Not only that, Trevor Lawrence, I understand he's got some new pieces there. He gets new pieces every season, but he has a very bad history against the specific defensive coordinator for the Panthers. And so, because I was debating that earlier this week, do I want to take a shot on Lawrence this week? Because if anything, the Panthers defense, it was probably the best thing about them last year, but still not up to snuff. And looking deeper into it, Trevor Lawrence can't win against this D coordinator. When this guy was back in, I just can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry, bro. Bro's awesome. But when he was D coordinator back in Denver a couple of years back, Trevor Lawrence threw for maybe 198 yards, like maybe. And I think I'm being generous with that. I think it was more of a 5 than a 9, but that's another topic for later. Not to mention the fact that, injured that next year and then played last year. And I mean, he played fine, but it was nothing that, blew the roof off of it. Now, with that being said, I do think the Jaguars will be playing from behind this game. I do have the Panthers money line on this one. I like the way the Panthers are going. And I think Bryce Young's going to take that step. I really think Young's going to take that step. So I'll go with Murray on this one. I'm also taking the Cardinals minus the 6, if you couldn't tell. John in the chat, pick 2, MHJ, Pollard, or more. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, listen, I'm a homer for the Cardinals. You're not going to not get me to take Marvin Harrison Jr. and playing against this Saints team that isn't, top tier. Yeah, I'm good with that, bro. I'm good with that. Tony Pollard always just scares me. He scared me on the Cowboys. He scares me this season. I'd probably roll the dice with DJ Moore and just hope that, it's going to be such a shit show of a game tomorrow that he just finds a couple tutties for you. Utter buffoonery. What's good, bro? Mbuka or Judy today? Love Mbuka, but Judy matchup is too good to pass up, I think. I agree, bro. That's a hard one, man. That's a hard one. I think Amike is going to have a great season, and so I love that you have him on your team already. With that being said, you're looking at defenses. I think that Falcons defense is probably a little bit better than the Giants, right? I don't know, man. It's a coin flip. I think you're gonna be sitting kind of at the same spot. I would go with Jeudy though. If gun to my head, I'd probably go with Jerry Jeudy today. I love Emeka Egbuka, but you're gonna have other times to play him. I'd go with Jeudy. Jaylen Warren, Ridley, or Golden PPR for flex. Explain, please. So I talked about it earlier. I love Matthew Golden. I love the matchup with the Lions. The Lions, and I think it's, we've kind of seen it a couple of times now this week, especially, a lot of teams seem to be going towards our defense is fine, but we're going to score more points than you. So it doesn't really matter what our defense does. Every time the ball is in our hands, we're getting into that end zone. The Cowboys seem to be going with that kind of a style. The Dolphins seem to really have kind of pioneered it and started it a couple of years back. And now we're sitting here and a lot of teams are going with that run and gun style while still keeping the run game. It's very interesting what's going on there with the NFL. And Matthew Golden, the reports coming out of camp and everything is that he's everything that they wanted in a wide receiver. He is everything that, him and Jordan Love are getting along. They've got that chemistry built. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Matthew Golden goes out there and has an incredible season. Week 1, game 1, that's a hard one. But again, that Lions defense, besides that defensive line, when you take out Aiden Hutchinson, kind of Swiss cheese in that secondary. And so that's really what I'm worried about when it comes to that. I think Calvin Ridley would be a fine. I think any of those would be fine, if I'm going to be honest. I do think any of those would be fine. I'm leaning towards Matthew Golden. If I'm starting Matthew Golden this week, that's where I'm at, bro. I'm starting Matthew Golden this week. I love Matthew Golden, and I think he's the dog. And so I'm starting Matthew Golden this week. Bengals and Cardinals money line. Do you think that's good picks? Yeah, you're going to parlay two teams together. I think those are solid. Hold on. I'm going back for a second because now I'm thinking about Jaylen Warren. And it's a Rodgers revenge game. You know what I mean? And they didn't treat him wrong or anything. They just sucked. And I mean, Rodgers didn't play particularly well either. I like the Steelers today, I will say. Minus that 3. Minus 165 on the money line. And the under. Ooh. I love it. But I would probably be between Warren and Golden. I like Golden more, though, in that matchup. Because God forbid the Jets actually learned how to play defense this offseason. Whew. But no, Bengals, Cardinals, I mean, the Browns are going to be fine. You know what I mean? Are they a joke of an organization? Are they an absolute mess at the quarterback position? Do they know what they're going to do with Deshaun Watson? No. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they're a bad franchise. You got elite Joe Flacco under center, though. Like, let's not forget that. You got elite Joe Flacco, Super Bowl winning Joe Flacco under center for the Cleveland Browns. He knows that offense, knows that system. I think he's going to slip right in there nice. I think that's going to be probably one of the closer games today. Bengals and Browns. And I'm on the Bengals. I am on the Bengals, but I think it's going to be a hell of a lot closer than people are expecting. Kellen in the chat, Kyler or J Love? Ooh, Kyler and J Love. Listen, Packers Lions is going to be a shootout. It is going to be a shootout. How many touchdowns can we get? Can we get more? And, defense, do your thing. If you can get a stop, that's great. But, bro, let's go ahead and roll with that. Just tutty. So I think Jordan Love's going to have a lot of yards. I think Kyler, though, is going to run the ball. But given that injury, and we don't really know, not the injury, the sickness, we don't really know how that's going to be playing out. So I'd probably ride with Jordan Love to be safe. It's going to be risky, though. He's going to be airing that ball out a lot. You have Jahmyr Gibbs too? Fine. You're fine, bro. Roll with it. Emeka or Zay Flowers? I don't know what it is about Zay Flowers, but and it might have just been that I've been screwed by Zay before, but I can't pull the trigger to start him in fantasy. I don't know what it is. I just can't pull the trigger to start Zay Flowers in fantasy. So I'd go with Emeka Egbuka. Again, I think that Falcons defense is solid, but Emike's your third option there. I think he's going to get a lot of looks and he's going to get forgotten about. And that's why we love Emeka Egbuka. Otton or Ertz? I love Cade Otton. He was, kind of an unsung hero last year. I know he started getting a lot of, talked about a lot on the fantasy side towards the end of last year. He's a dog. He's an absolute dog. I love Cade Otton. I'd probably roll with Otton. But Ertz is a dog. You're in a tough spot. I'd probably roll with I'd probably roll with Otten. I'd roll with Otten. Kellen, what's good, bro? Drake London, Wilson, and Terry. Bench Wilson and put Tyrone Tracy in. I don't hate Tyrone Tracy this week. I really don't. I think Tyrone Tracy would be a solid put in there. Roll with that. What else are we looking at? Eckler or Pittman? Give me Eckler. No, Pittman. I love the Colts today. I'll be honest. I'm all over the Colts money line. Not only that, but you've got, dead owner and everything like that. It's going to be one of those, I think Colts come out with Danny Dimes and really rock it. All right, Gavin, what you got for me? Montgomery, Kupp, or Myers? Ooh. Montgomery. I was between Montgomery and Kupp too in my flex, and I went with Montgomery. So I'd roll with Montgomery. Hill, Puka, and Thomas Jr. starting with Pearsall and McMillan on the bench. Am I good? Love Puka. I'll be honest with all of you. The Dolphins scare me. It's kind of like a couple of years ago, before Stephon Diggs left the Bills, and I told y'all, we told y'all on this show, we were like, hey, there's something going on with the Bills behind the scenes, and we don't know what it is. There's something going down though, and it's leading to bad on-field stuff, and that's what we saw out of the Bills, and I think we're going to see a lot of that same out of the Dolphins this year. That Tua and Tyreek relationship kind of worries me. I would look at going with McMillan or Pearsall instead of Hill. I like Brian Thomas Jr. in that spot. I don't love it, but I like it. Yeah, bro, I would look at putting McMillan in over maybe Brian Thomas or Hill. And I mean, yes, I'm a U of A homer too. What do you want me to do? I went to college there, bro. McMillan's a dog. McMillan's a dog. He's going to go and get that ball, get them tutties for you. Let me tell you something, brother. Half PPR. Oh, Sutton Downs or Golden TikToker. You must have been one of the first TikTokers on to get that name, huh? That's a great TikTok name, TikToker. That's way to be, bro. Flex, Sutton Downs or Golden. I don't mind Sutton. Let me double check my notes. I don't mind Sutton. Where the fuck? Am I blind? I always get somewhat blind Sunday mornings, and I can't find what I'm looking for. There we go. Yeah, I think Sutton might have a day against the Titans. And I think the Titans are going to be better, but it's going to be one of those, we're going to have to wait a little bit to see how much better we get here. So I would probably be looking at Sutton or Golden. Yeah, I'd look at Sutton or Golden, bro. Think Ridley should be benched for Kupp because of Surtain. Yeah, that's a tough matchup, man. That is a tough matchup. How mean of the schedule makers. Like, oh, okay, Titans, you're going to go and get your, franchise quarterback in the draft this year. That's awesome. We're going to make him play on the road against a Sean Payton defense at altitude week 1. Like, what a dick move. I'm sorry, but what a dick move. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I would probably bench Ridley. Throw Kupp in there. You'll be fine. Hunter, Ridley, or Odunze. Rome Odunze. I haven't heard that name in a while, and I don't think we're going to hear that name a lot. I'd probably go with Hunter on that one. Pearsall or Jameson. Give me Jameson. What else are we looking at here? Tua or Goff? Ooh. Give me a QB question. I like that. Listen, it's two. Flip a coin. If I'm going to be honest, because you're dealing with two of the same types of quarterbacks and two of the same types of offenses. And now, granted, the Lions offense may change a little bit with the new OC coming in and everything like that. But, with that being said, I think they're still going to be very run and gun. Let's put up as many points as we physically can and make the other team catch up to us. And so I think Jared Goff's a good position there. Tua, though, on the other hand, Tua's tough, man. Tua's tough. I think that Colts defense has always been the strong part of their team for the last couple of years, and you just haven't been able to see it because they've been getting burnt out in the first half and have been letting up points, and that offense doesn't help that at all. So I would probably look at Goff. I like the weapons around Goff a little bit more than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, if we're going to be completely honest. But you're in a good spot, bro. You're in a good spot. Do I like Garrett Wilson against the Steelers or Diggs against the Raiders? I like Diggs against the Raiders, if I'm going to be honest. And I don't think the Raiders are going to be awful this year. I think a lot of people may think that you got Geno Smith, you got Pete Carroll, Max Crosby is the only thing worth a damn on that defense. But, that offense is going to run. Yeah, I'd probably go Diggs. I'd roll with Diggs. Warren, Moore, or Hall? I'd get rid of Hall. I'd probably go with Warren. Braylon Allen's going to be getting those touches. I don't think Breece Hall is going to be seeing the field a lot this year unless they absolutely need him. Like Buka or Hunter? Get Buka. I don't want anything to do with Travis Hunter. I do not want anything to do with Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter's great. I'm very excited to see him play and to see how he handles playing both ways. And I know it's only certain packages that are going to be going into he'll be on the defensive side, and he's going to be focusing more as a wide receiver. Personally, when I watched him play in college, I thought he was a better corner than a wide receiver. That's just me. But that's how they want to roll. That's how they want to roll. With that being said, give me Emeka Egbuka over Travis Hunter. Sutton or Pearsall? Give me Pearsall. Burrow or Tua this week? Chance, brother, I don't want any of them, man. I don't want any of them. Defensively speaking, I mean, I'd probably roll the dice with Burrow. Burrow's going to get you a lot of points. Jamar's going to make some dumb catches, and is just going to be doing the thing. So I'd probably roll with Burrow. J-Mo, give me J-Mo over Williams and Sutton. Trevor Lawrence or Jordan Love? Give me Jordan Love. Trevor Lawrence, I don't have a lot of faith in this week. Caleb's. Thank you for the follow, brother. Ooh, Knicks or May? Ooh. I'd probably go with Drake May. I think, the Patriots are going to establish that run really well under Vrabel. I think Vrabel's going to let May throw the ball more, if we're going to be honest, and actually throw the ball downfield and not do these dump off passes and everything that, Bo Nix was doing last year. Now, maybe there's a little bit more development there and we're able to see it, but I doubt it. Justin, thank you for the follow, brother. Daniel Jones or Russell Wilson? Give me Jonesy. Give me Danny Dimes over Russell Wilson, man. And I get it. Maybe the setup is better for Russell Wilson over there in New York, but listen, Russell Wilson has been on a downward spiral since the last year he's been with the Seahawks, and he hasn't been able to really help himself or catch himself from stopping that slide. I don't get why no one wants to talk about the fact that Russell Wilson is washed. Great guy. Great guy, great locker room guy. I'm not trying to, shit on his character or anything, but the guy's washed. And he has been washed the last couple of years. They keep trying to make Russell Wilson work again, and it's just not going to happen. So there's your answer on that, buddy. Josh Jacobs. Give me Jacobs, dude. Are you kidding me? Or we're going to really... You want to start the BTJ? Nah, dude, I like BTJ, but give me Jacobs. I love the way Jacobs played last year, and I think he really fits in that Packers system well. Bench one, Pearsall, Monty, Dobbins. Personally, I would probably bench Dobbins. I don't like that matchup on the defensive side. And I wouldn't want my Sunday to be resting on how JK plays at the end of the day. Ron W., thank you for the follow, brother. Juwan Jennings or Ridley? Give me Jennings, excuse me. Juwan Jennings or Kupp? Give me Jennings. Jerome Ford, Tony Pollard, or DeAndre Swift? Ooh, Give me Ford and Swift. I don't trust Pollard. I do not trust Pollard. Didn't trust him when he was on the Cowboys. I don't trust him now. Breece Hall or Travis Hunter and flex. That sucks, bro. I'm not going to lie, Ron W. That sucks. Matthew, thank you for the gift, brother. Flip a coin. I would probably go Travis Hunter. I think they're going to try to force feed him the ball. I don't think Breece Hall is going to get a lot of looks. So I'd roll with Hunter there. DK or JMO PPR? Give me DK. I like that. I like the Steelers. I like the matchup the Steelers have today. Yeah, I think that Jets defense is still going to be too far behind. Let's run through a couple more of these. Yeah, Jennings over Pierce. Yeah, Pearsall over Walker at flex. Give me Sutton. Dobbins over... No, give me Harvey over Dobbins. Ooh, top 5 defenses this week. Top 5 defenses this week. That's a tough one. I think that Steelers defense is going to show up like they usually do. Watch out for the Panthers. They're probably like an honorable mention for me. Packers defense is going to be lit. Rams defense is going to be lit. Ravens and Bills is going to be a powerhouse. I like those. Those are probably the defenses I'd be looking out for this week. Keon or Diggs? Give me Diggs. Hunter or Golden? Give me Golden. I love me my Golden. Sutton, Henderson, or Myers? We're going Myers on there. Pearsall or Jennings? Yeah, Jennings, bruh. No, Pearsall. No, Pearsall. Final answer, Pearsall. DK or Mike? Ooh. Keenan, you're in a good spot, bro. I would just flip a coin. I think you're going to be very happy with either of those options. I'd probably go with Mike, though. Pick one. Tillman, Bigsby, and Palmer. Oh, I think I did a lot now. Bigsby and Palmer. I'd go Bigsby. I love me some Tank. I wouldn't. Kev, that's a great question. No, I wouldn't start Ravens D. I like that defense, though, if we're going to be honest. But no, I wouldn't do that. Montgomery or Diggs? Give me Diggs. Trevor or Kyler with the illness? Give me Kyler. Give me Kyler over Trevor. Trevor does not play well against the Panthers D coordinator, at least in history. You know, any given Sunday, you know how it goes. But from the research I've done, that's what I saw. Ooh, all right. The official DH. You're going to want to go ahead and start Josh Jacobs, James Conner, and Achane. I like Brown. I think it's a good one to have on your bench. But if we're going to be honest, I think Jacobs, Conner, and Achane going off today. And honestly, I would Brown and Achane, I think, are going to be interchangeable there. You're chilling. Otten, Mims, or Tillman at the flex. Give me Otten, Max. Give me Otten at that flex. We love it. What else? Wilson or who? Wilson or Flowers? Ooh. Probably go with Wilson. Aaron Jones or Mbuka? Ooh, I think A. Jones is going to get some work. I ain't going to lie. Let me double check something. Yeah. Jones about to get that work tomorrow. I mean, if there's 2 things that rookie quarterbacks or first-time starting quarterbacks love, it is their running backs and it's their tight ends. And so, yeah, give me Aaron Jones. A. Jones. J.K. Dobbins versus the Titans or Nick Chubb versus the Rams. Go with Dobbins against the Titans. I think that y'all maybe, I mean, let me tell you, that Rams defense was legit at the end of last season. And they only made it better. They had more time to work. Yeah, give me J.K. Dobbins in that versus the Titans. Aaron Jones, Harvey, or Ford Worth going with A. Jones, baby. Wilson or Moore. I don't like either, but give me Wilson. Judy or McLaurin? Give me McLaurin coming off of that offseason issues. Yeah, I think he's going to put up some numbers today. Pittman or Ridley? Give me Michael Pittman Jr. Cook or Henderson today? Ooh. Ooh. Don in the chat. Stumping me today. Give me Don. Give me Cook. Pittman, Shakir, or Jacoby. Ooh, I kind of like Jacoby Myers. You're good, Nathan, though. I love all of those. I would probably lean Pittman, though. I think Pittman's going to put on a show today. Henderson or Connors or Chuba Hubbard. Go James Conner. Tet or Sutton in the flex. Ooh, I like T-Mac. Give me my U of A guy. Give me T-Mac in that flex position. I think he's going to put up some numbers. That relationship with him and Bryce Young, from what we saw in the offseason, looks to be good. I think that chemistry is going to be there. I think they're going to be solid. I saw Higgins or JSN. I'd probably go with Higgins. Again, I don't know if I want to trust Sam Darnold yet to throw footballs. Mbuka or Sutton, give me Mbuka. DJ Moore or McMillan, give me McMillan. Waddle or Wilson, probably Wilson. Wilson, Walker, Judy or Jacoby, give me Jacoby. And then your pick between Walker and Judy. Keon Coleman, oh my God, there's a lot of messages. Thank you all for hopping in the chat. What is good, y'all? Shit, haven't had this many people in here. Hit that like button, hit that follow button. Y'all are the best. I'm going to get through as many of these as I can. I got to run one errand before football, so we probably got another 15, 20 minutes. Let's get through this. Henderson or Diggs? Give me Diggs. Give me Diggsy boy. DJ Moore, Debo. Give me Debo. I also don't get why all of a sudden Debo goes to the Commanders and he's shit. Like, not a lot of interest in him. I was shocked at how low he was going in a lot of my fantasy drafts, but Debo's going to ball, guys. Debo's going to ball. Give me Debo. Coleman or Wilson? Give me Coleman. Loveland or Strange? Hey, give me a little bit of that Strange. No, I think Loveland's going to have himself a day. Again, do you trust Caleb Williams? That's the question you got to ask yourself. I'd probably go with Strange. Tracy Jr. or Ridley or Pearsall or Henderson? Gio, I'm probably riding with Tracy Jr. Tracy Jr. or Henderson, I think you're chilling with. Henderson or Travis Hunter? Give me Henderson over Hunter, Ryan. I don't want anything to do with Travis Hunter right now until I see him. Tracy Jr., yeah, we talked about that. What else? Henderson or Travis? Yeah, Henderson. Need to fill a spot. Should I start Warren or Ford? Zay, brother, I would go with Warren. I don't hate Ford. I'd probably go with Warren, though. Do not start any outside players in Jacksonville versus Carolina. Forecast storms the entire game. Ooh, average stand user. Thank you for the update, brother. Appreciate that. Zay, thank you for the follow, brother. Pearsall or JMO? Give me Pearsall. Josh Downs. Give me Josh Downs over Thomas. I think, who is that? Oh, no, Dante Thornton. Yeah, I'm a big Josh Downs guy. And I think he's definitely going to go out there and have a nice little day for everybody. So I'd roll with Pearsall. Excuse me. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm saying so many names right now. James Conner, Jerry Jeudy at the flex. Give me James Conner. I think James Conner, Kyler Murray going to run all over that Saints team. Metcalf or Tillman only because Sauce Gardner is going to be over. Yeah, I'd probably roll with Tillman. I like Metcalf still in that situation. Metcalf can go up and get those balls. That's not an issue for him. I'd look at that. DJ Moore or Pollard or Jaden Warren. Yeah, give me Jalen Warren, I guess. May in the Rain or Danny Dimes? Give me Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes. I think the Patriots are going to be running that football a lot today. Give me Danny Dimes over Drake May. And Danny Dimes isn't that bad. He has everything he needs to be good. He has a very strong running back, which he had in Saquon at the Giants, and he got a big deal out of that. A solid enough defense to get them dubs and keep him in football games. I think Danny Dimes is going to look really good. Pollard or Breece? Give me Pollard, Elias. Give me Pollard. I don't think Breece is going to be seeing that ball too much. Hunter or ETN? Give me ETN. I don't want anything to do with Hunter. Debo, Swift, or Dobbins? Give me Debo Samuels, Jiho. Give me Debo. Metcalf over Olave, yes. Yes. Steph. Was that Steph? Who said that? Because I want to talk to you for a sec. Directly to you about this. Where was it? I lost it. Oh, well. But anyway, if you want to, Elias, thank you for the follow. If you want to think about playing a Saints player, I want you to think about this. After all of the football I've watched Spencer Rattler play, do I really want to be relying on him? Answer is no. So I just look at that. What else are we looking at? Kraft or Andrews? Give me Tucker Kraft. Mark Andrews is great. I feel like he's really underused in that system. Tucker Kraft. Jordan Love always makes sure to get him touches, so I'd go with Kraft. Kupp or Shakir? I'd go with Shakir. I'm not in the headspace to be watching Sam Darnold try to complete passes to Kupp right now. Put in at the flex, James Conner, Marvin Harrison, or T-Mac. Ooh. I'm a big running back first guy in fantasy football, so I'd probably go James Conner, to be honest. I don't hate T-Mac, though. I don't hate any of those three, Marcus. You're chilling, bro. NLB 327, Tua or Kyler? Kyler. It's just the matchup. The Saints, they're going to be one of the worst teams in football. Give me Kyler. Golden, Pollard, Pearsall. I've been beating the Matthew Golden drum all day, so I'm going to continue to do that. Give me Matthew Golden there. NLB, thank you for the follow, brother. At first, honestly, I thought it said Ribs. I thought your name was Rib327, but I think I'm just excited to be smoking some ribs later today. Steph, thank you for the follow, brother. Garrett Wilson or DJ Moore? I don't like either of those. I'd probably go with DJ Moore, though. Aaron Jones or DK at flex? Aaron Jones. A. Jones, baby. He's going to be getting that work tomorrow against the Bears. More than anything, because we have not seen J.J. McCarthy complete a forward pass in the NFL. So I think Jones is going to be getting a lot of work tomorrow. Give me Henderson over Harvey. Give me James Conner over Trayvon. I like Trayvon Henderson a lot. I just think James Conner against that Saints defense is going to have himself a day. T-Law or May? Drake May. In the rain, Drake May. Romeo Doubs or... Ooh. Sports Fanatics out here asking the hard question. And that's a tough one. I mean... Romeo Doubs supposed to be this guy, has seen some, you've seen some stuff out of him. And then Demario Douglas, I'll be honest, Sports Fanatics, I've watched more tape on Romeo Doubs. And knowing what that Lions team is going to bring, I would probably go Doubs. Just from my comfortability and everything, that's where I'm sitting on that. Tyreek or Evans? Give me Mike Evans all day long. Deebo Samuels, give me Deebo over Swift. Austin Eckler or Calvin Ridley? I'm thinking Austin because Ridley is going to end up. Yeah. Cam, you are in the right headspace there, brother. Austin Eckler all day over Ridley. All right, Ben. You want me to rate your team? Let's do this, bro. What do you got? You got Nix, Irving, Chase, Brown, Jefferson, Evans, T-Mac, McBride. There we go. Eagles D and Jake Elliott. I mean, dog. Did you just... was the rest of the league on auto draft or something? What happened there? You just got all these... I love that team, bro. That's a solid 9. And the only reason I'm giving you a 9, T-Mac's a rookie. And I get it. You got to take some shots on rookies. I think that's the rookie you take a shot on. But just because of that, we're down there. I like it, Ben. I like it a lot. I got to catch up. Jeez. Sutton or McLaurin? Give me Sutton. No, give me Scary Terry. I love it. Signing that contract. Yeah, we're good with Scary Terry. Chuba, DK. Oh, Chubb, DK, or Sutton. Probably go Sutton. I like that matchup a lot more. Dobbins or Tyrone Tracy? I'd go Tyrone Tracy. Again, I'm not hyped on the Giants, but I'm interested. You know what I mean? They're that girl at the end of the bar, and you're like, I'll buy a drink. We'll buy a drink. We'll talk. Maybe she looks chill. We'll see how that goes. And then we'll see if she spits in your face or not. All right, Steph, what you got here? Help me, no clue what I'm doing. Shakir or Jennings at flex. Bateman, Jennings, and Tillman are on the bench. Steph, you're good. I'd go Jennings. Again, I am not sold on the bill of goods that is the Seattle Seahawks. I know a lot of the same from last year on the defensive side, but still, I'm worried that offense isn't going to give them time to breathe. JK or Harvey? Give me, I'd probably go Harvey. Luis, Moore or Digatron? First of all, let's start with Digatron. Love that. I'm stealing that. I'm going to start using Digatron. Give me Diggs. Give me Diggs all day. JK or Harvey? Yeah, we got you. Over Shakir. Got it. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Shakir is solid. I like the Ravens defense a lot more than I like Seattle's. That's kind of where I'm coming there. Do I think Digatron will be limited? I don't know. Has Cardi B thrown something at him lately? I don't think he'll be limited from what I've been reading and anything, but that's where I'm at. Rob Shag, should I start Sutton over CMC today? That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one because, yeah, CMC being cleared for football activity, is he going to be on a pitch count? Are they going to even play him? Because, just memories of last year with CMC. Jaden, thank you for the follow, brother. I'd probably go Sutton just to be safe, but now that I've said that, CMC is probably going to have 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. So sorry about it, bud. PPR, DeAndre Swift or Zay Flowers, and why? Ooh. I'd probably go, I don't like either of them, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'd probably go with DeAndre Swift. I think listen, you're not in a good spot. And that's just for this week. You got 2 solid players, just not in a good spot with their defensive matchups. I think DeAndre Swift is going to have a lot more help not being the focus point. I'd go with DeAndre Swift over Zay Flowers. Yeah, I'd go DeAndre Swift. I'd go Mike over Jerome Ford. Pollard or Mbuka. I'd go Mbuka at the flex. I just don't trust Pollard. New England money line. Yes. I do in fact love me the Patriots today. Absolutely love the Pats today. Lawrence or Murray? Give me Kyler Murray over Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence does not play good against the defensive coordinator for the Panthers. Kyler Murray, on the other hand, the Saints are kind of the Cardinals' kryptonite for some reason. The Saints and the Panthers always seem to have the Cardinals number, but I'm thinking Kyler, he might have looked like a 6-year-old walking into the game today, but hey, that's my QB1 right there. Give me Kyler Murray over Trevor Lawrence. Mbuka or Walker? Give me Mbuka. Start to more Judy Mbuka. Give me Judy and Mbuka. Mbuka or Tet? I'd probably go Mbuka. And the reason I go Mbuka over T-Mac, Tet, whatever you want to call him, simply for the fact that T-Mac is going to be wide receiver 1. Like, that is going to be the guy that everyone is doubling and keeping an eye on, has a spy on at least at all times. And so I would go with Mbuka because Mbuka has a lot other weapons around him so that he can come open. He can be that wide receiver 3 that snags you a lot of points on the back end. So that's where I'm at with that. ETN in Carolina or Harvey? Give me Harvey. I kind of like ETN in that spot, but not really. Nick Chubb, ETN or Cooper Kupp? Give me Kupp, I guess. Give me Cooper Kupp, I guess. He's going to be wide receiver 2 there. JSN is definitely WR1 when you're talking Seahawks football, but that's fine. Go Kupp. Is AJ Brown worth keeping or trading? Grayson, I get it, bro. Bad game. Not a lot of looks. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I stayed away from AJ Brown in my draft. I had multiple opportunities to draft him, and I was not a fan of what he did last year. And I don't think it's going to be much this year. So I don't know, man. Depends what else you need. Need a running back or something? Yeah, try to get AJ Brown out of there. Ed, CMC, from what I've seen, he is good to go. He is cleared to play. But we all know the 49ers like to F around with that injury report. And so, yes, he is cleared to play. He is not injured. Whether they play him or not, I think, is still up in the air. That's good old 49ers football for you. MHJ, Pearsall, or Sutton PPR. I don't think... I'd probably go MHJ, just because you're not dealing with a division rivalry or anything like that. Pearsall's not a bad slot. Not a bad pick there. But I'd go MHJ. All right, HTX, if you're talking Bryce Young or Caleb Williams, I mean, it's going to be a cold day in hell on this show when I put Caleb Williams in at quarterback in my fantasy team. So, yeah, give me Bryce Young. What else are we looking at? Let me catch up. Holy crap, y'all are chatting like crazy. Y'all are the best. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Hope I'm helping. Eddie in the chat. Hey, Eddie. Who should I start at? Michael Penix Jr. or Sam Darnold? I get why you're on the fence about both. I get it. And you should be on the fence about both. Listen, Michael Penix didn't see Ghost. He has never come out and said that he saw Ghost. And yes, I know that is an interview from years ago when Sam Darnold was on a really bad Giants team. That's not my problem. He still saw Ghost on the football field, which he shouldn't do. So, Eddie, I'd go with Michael Penix Jr. Not stoked that he has to go up against that Buccaneers defense, but I would take that over the possible 4 interceptions against the 49ers defense today. Alrighty. What else are we looking at? Walker or Hill at the flex? I'll go with Kenneth Walker. Eckler, Joe Kobe, or Downs? I'm a big Josh Downs guy this season, so I'm going Josh Downs. Chubb or Eckler at the flex? I'd probably go Eckler. Oh, Zen. XEN B21. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, I would go Jonathan Taylor today. I love that Colts matchup and love the direction the Colts are going in. I love it. I love that they're not starting AR. I love that Daniel Jones is getting the first looks. I love that Daniel Jones has a competent running back. I love that Daniel Jones has a great tight end. I love that Daniel Jones has a good wide receiver room. I'm big on the Colts this week. Laporta or Njoku? Ooh. Young Dre asking the hard questions. Give me Laporta. I like Laporta a lot. Cade Otton or Kincaid? Ooh, I like Dalton Kincaid. I think Cade Otton has a better matchup today, though, so give me Otton. DK or Montgomery? I'd go with Montgomery. DK over Montgomery. That's what I meant to say. No, I lied. Give me David Montgomery. Jerry Jeudy or James Conner? Give me James Conner, baby. Give me James Conner. He's about to run all over them Saints, brother. I love it. Terry, Mbuka, Jacoby, T-Mac, Jay Warren. I would go with Mbuka. Pick 3. I'd go with Terry, Mbuka, and probably T-Mac. Oh, wow. All right, AJ in the chat. My name's AJ. Dobbins or Dunze? Give me Dobbins. I'm not feeling anything to do with the Bears today. Top Bears. Well, player-wise, I think they're going to win the football game, but I don't want to take a risk on them fantasy. I'm not going to lie. Goff or Love? Dirk Diggler. You're in a good spot, bro. Flip a coin. I mean, they're both going to be throwing that ball downfield. A lot. And so I'd probably be looking at... I'd probably be looking more towards Love, if I'm going to be honest. I'd look more towards... shit. Honestly, bro, you're in a good spot. Just flip a coin. You're chilling. All right, Grant Camp. What do you want me to pick? Pick 3. Adams, Mbuka, T-Mac, or Golden. Give me Mbuka, T-Mac, Golden. I lied. Give me Adams, T-Mac, Golden. Love Mbuka, but I mean that is a great 4-man wide receiver room you got right there. I love it, bro. Tua or Young? Give me Bryce Young. I think Tua's going to throw it all over. He's going to have to. He's going to hit some bombs to Tyreek, but I think Bryce Young is also going to get it done on his feet today, and he might sneak in there with a touchdown. I'm probably going to take Bryce Young anytime touchdown now that I'm talking about it. Thank you for bringing that up now. Think Josh Allen against the Ravens will do better than... Yes. Yes, I do. I really do. I think Josh Allen's going to... that's fun. That's going to be fun tomorrow. MVP versus MVP. Whoo! Last 2 years. Let's go, boys. Let's go. We're all the way back, baby. We're all the way back. I love it. All right, a couple of more of these, and then I got to head on out of here and get ready for the games. Judy or Chuba? I'd go with Judy. Jacoby or Breece? I'd go with Jacoby Myers. Judy or Mbuka? I'd go with Mbuka. Jameson Williams or Matthew Golden non-PPR? I'd go with Golden then. I like the upside there. Knicks or May? I'd go with Drake May today. Sutton, McMillan, Mbuka, or Marv? Start Mbuka, start Marv. Marv or Mbuka? Dylan Sampson or Travis Hunter? Give me Sampson. I don't trust Travis Hunter. I need to see that first. I need to see him play both ways first before I even do that. McMillan, Sutton, Waddle, Jennings, Golden. You don't know who to start, Matt. Who to start with Brian Thomas? I'd probably go Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden or Jennings. I think you're going to be chilling. Pittman or Pollard. I'll go with Pittman. Henderson or Pollard. I'll go Henderson. Tua or Kyler. Give me Kyler. Running all over that Saints defense. Sutton or Kupp. I'd probably go Sutton. I just don't trust Sam Darnold yet. Burrow or Daniels. I'd probably go with Joe Burrow. That's a hard one. I'd go Burrow. Ingram or Kraft? Give me Tucker Kraft. Terry or DK, YK coach. I think I remember you from last season. Give me a Scary Terry. Jacoby Myers or T-Mac at the flex. That's going to be up to you, bro. I'm a gambler. I'd probably roll the dice with T-Mac and see how he gets going. Jacoby Myers, I think, is just, you know what you're going to get with him, and that's not a bad thing, not a good thing, not a bad thing. But I would look at Jacoby Myers. I'd look at either of them, honestly. All right, a couple more. Diggs or Debo? I'd probably go with Diggs. Jameson or Sutton? Give me Jameson. Wow. Thanks for all the love, guys. Seriously, this is crazy. Loveland, Stranger, Ertz this week. I don't hate Stranger Ertz. Don't love Loveland, but I would understand it. May or Purdy? Give me Drake May over Brock Purdy. I like that matchup a lot better than what Purdy's got to deal with. Eckler or Downs? Give me Josh Downs. Kamara at JSN. I would almost go with Alvin Kamara. I think again, Spencer Rattler is your quarterback for the Saints, so I'd probably go with him. All right. Eckler or Downs? Yeah, Josh Downs. Mbuka, Golden, or McLaurin? Pick two. Give me Matthew Golden. Give me Mbuka. I think that Giants defense is going to give the Commanders some issues today. Mbuka, Golden, yeah, we did that. Mbuka or Jacoby? I'd probably go Mbuka over Jacoby Myers. Strange or Ingram? I'd go with Strange. Jalen Warren or Harvey? I've been getting that a lot today. I'd probably go Jalen Warren. Odunze or Travis Hunter? Hunter, how about I pick neither of them? You got no one else, bub? I'd probably go Rome Odunze. TBHX? What? Oh, TB. Hello. Tones Fantasy Football. What's good, Tones? Mbuka or T-Mac? Bro, you're in a good spot. Flip a coin. I like the Mbuka matchup a little bit more than T-Mac this week, if we're going to be honest. So I'd probably roll with Mbuka. Elzentronic, thank you for the follow. Jendi or Jay Taylor? I would say Jonathan Taylor, just because I know a little bit more of what I'm getting out of that offensive line with the Colts than I feel like I do with the Raiders. So for that reason and that reason alone, I go Jonathan Taylor. Diggs, Pollard, or Warren? Give me Diggsy. Give me Diggsy. Tones, anytime, brother. Pollard or Chuba for running back 2 and 14 minutes. So that's why you're picking between those two bums. I'd go Chubb. I'm joking. I like Nick Chubb a lot this season. McMillan, Judy, Sutton. Probably Jerry Judy. Cooks or Mason at running back 2. Give me Jordan Mason's. Mason. Mac or Devontae? I go Devontae. I would go Devontae. I know Devontae hasn't, didn't really dazzle everybody in New York, but you got fucking Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball. Absolutely, brother. Lakin Ridley or Debo? Give me Debo. Give me Debo Samuels. He's going to have himself a game. Everyone, that was so good for the 49ers to get rid of him. No, it wasn't. No, it was not. But, hey, that is all I got today. I got to get some stuff done before these games kicked off. But thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to everybody here on Rumble, YouTube, X, and over on TikTok. Y'all are the best. Good luck in your fantasy matchups today. Good luck gambling today. Let's have ourselves a great Week 1 NFL Sunday. But with all that being said, thank you all again for listening. Thank you all again for watching. I, of course, have been the Brofict one, AJ. Good luck. God bless. See you guys next time on Degenerate Takes. If I can figure out how to end this. Because I don't remember. Do you end this? Do I just exit out of it? Oh, there we go. See y'all later.